Hello, it's me again with more poems. I'm going to read you one that's kind of a funny poem for me. It's called Me on the Subject of Love, Laying It On Thick. Love is a hard stairway to climb considering how steep it is, and that raging river of love, how deep it is. Under the dark, dank, moss-covered bridge of sorrow, reliving the past, dreaming of tomorrow. Ever climbing that steep stairway, desperately swimming the raging old river. No thought ever to ask who is the taker and who is the giver. Certainly the question was dangerous enough that no one thought to ask it, even though it may have been easier than pulling a rabbit out of a basket. Where is it that love goes when it goes? Unfortunately, nobody knows. No, nobody knows where love goes when love goes, only that it isn't there. Oh, what sorrow! Yet consider of the formerly lovesick partners, yet neither of the formerly lovesick partners even care. Rouse them out, those old lethargic would-be love affairs. They are a thing of the past, the river and the stairs. Oh, that for the golden days, the olden days of yore. No one doubted then what rivers and bridges and stairways were for. I hope you like that one. These are a few short ones that were written during my early college years. That is 1964 to 1967, from the time just before I went to Vietnam to the time after I got back from Vietnam. This first mountain is called Grand Teton. It's where my parents took me to visit after I recovered from Vietnam a little bit. Grand Teton. There were meadows full of grass. There were flowers in the grass. There were blades of sun among the trees. There were sun wounds on the path. This is one called The Crack in My Soul. This is the crack in my soul that lets the rust and dust in, but no light. The things that we used to trust in no longer serve us. The rust and dust simply unnerve us. And suddenly my ghost arrives. He appears a little prematurely, but he's all there is left of my past. He came to remind me that life is a blast, and my brain that originally was whole now has a hole in it that they can never fill up. But my mind is sound and untouched, so ironic. And here comes my heart. It has cried and keeps on crying, but refuses even to consider dying. And so here I am at the burning gates, watching them burn, trying to lift the lion's heavy head without letting it drop, hoping desperately not to knock. Just a couple more little short ones. This is about my cousin's death in a farm accident. Toby's dead, and life's just life, and harvest's going ahead. Wheels roll and wagons fill. Alfalfa's drying to hay, and here we all are, and Toby's away. This is a follow-up poem. Callers. He is resigned to his alabaster bed, and asks no more of expectant friends, who pause in vain at his granite door. This one is called The Canvas Prepared. Dance like autumn elves on a clay pot sky, orange and burnt sienna, colors of my would-be love. A thin white chalk wash covers the canvas of my life, awaiting the full wet touch of a sable brush. And this is the last one. It's called At the Reading. They saw limits, not in my language, no. With polite smiles behind transparent hands, they told me so. I grew circumspect and put my meanings in glass words they could look through without seeing. Then maybe they would understand. There is a jar, and then there is what is in the jar. Thank you. That's my reading for the day. Hope you enjoy.